Hey guys, Neomis here. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the rumours for Claude Maurice from Lorient being linked to Arsenal Football Club, as well as William Saliba St Etienne centre-back being linked to Arsenal to help solve our defensive crisis at the moment. Now stay tuned for my thoughts and views, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel to get all of my videos coming up to your subscription box. Now let's go. So Alexis Claude Maurice, Lorient attacking midfielder, can also play both out wide as well, so both right and left of midfield, been linked to Arsenal Football Club, 20 years old right now, currently playing for Lorient in their Division League 2. And he's been playing absolutely fantastic this season for them. He's racked up 14 goals so far this season, and currently Norwich have been looking at him as a potential for a new signing once they enter the Premier League at the beginning of next season. He currently has about 3 assists so far this season, so not much of a creator, more of a goal scorer than anything else. And that tells me one thing, and this is kind of my analysis on the situation. I like you guys know who watch my videos regularly, I believe that, you know what, where there's smoke, there is fire. For a guy like him to be linked to Arsenal Football Club, it tells me several things. First things first, because he scores a lot of goals, Arsenal are looking for him to score a lot of goals for us. Okay, you see that as a bit of a no-brainer. What that also means, if you read in between the lines, is that this is an opportunity for us to bring in a new attacker to lift a bit of the load that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Lacazette has been lifting all season long. Let's be really honest, without Laka and Uber, where would we be right now, you know? We would be somewhere lounging around next to Wolves and Watford, you know, and those aren't the places that we want to be. So next season, you know, we do need to have more goals within that midfield. It cannot just be our strikers just scoring goals. And that's a primary reason why I see why this rumor has kind of come into place. And you know what? He looks like a pretty good player to be able to bring in. You know, he's going to add quality in the side, and he's young, which means that there's a potential for a good resale value. Even though I don't think that we should, you know, if he turns out to be good, we shouldn't just be trying to sell him. You know, this is someone that we could keep for more long term, but I get it. Like, a lot of foreign players tend not to stay at a lot of English clubs for the whole of their career, especially when you're looking at someone like a guy like him who's 20 years old. You do expect him to eventually move on later on in his career. He's currently valued at about £900,000, but I would say that when it comes to a lot of French players who, to be honest, a lot of them are so talented that their valuations are very skewed, or at least in comparison to Premier League players. So even though he's valued at about 900,000, I feel if you just add 10 mil onto that, that's probably what's going to take for him to get out of Lorient and for Arsenal to go and bag him. So I would say, what, about the 11 mil mark, maybe 12, we might be able to actually get him in at Arsenal Football Club. I do think he'd be potentially a bit of a bit part player, and I think it's really up to him, you know, and his performance. Is he able to get goals? Can he create chances for some of the other players, whether it be in Lacazette or Aubameyang, maybe it's Resale or one of the other players that we might be picking up in the summer? The fact of the matter really remains is this is a fantastic opportunity, not just for him, but also for some of our other younger players as well, to take the opportunity that they get, like what Claude Maurice is going to get with Arsenal if he does decide to come, to grab this opportunity by the scruff of the necks and really just run with it. Because you know what, like, we need more attackers, we need more goals, we need more on our side if we want to continue pushing for that top 4 spot. And you know, it really was going to help with our long-term development in the future. Now, Claude Maurice is a smart signing. It makes sense for Arsenal. especially when you look at the fact that we've got the 40 million budget. I talked about it in my last video, my last 3 videos, ever since David Ornstein came out and talked about the 40 million pounds that we have if we don't make it for the Europa League. I just feel that Arsenal and Unai Emery are preparing for that just in case moment, that maybe we don't have enough in order to be able to beat Chelsea, that we might have to go for that, not necessarily lower tier, but just for players that are more potential rather than close to being the finished product. For me, Nicolas Pepe is a finished product. This guy is a goal scoring winger, can play as a striker, and that's great. And you know what? He would do brilliant for Arsenal. However, when you look at this type of valuation that he is, 69 million, like, we're not going to get him. And even though I see people online talking about him, you know, if we sell this player and this player mixed with some transfer budget, and if we get Champions League football, then we could bring him in. And it's like, I mean, yes, that's the case, but you have to think about who are going to be the other teams that are going to be sniffing around him. I think City are going to be looking at him, even though there aren't any rumours around. I think Leroy Sané was probably going to go to Bayern Munich, and I could see Nicolas Pepe fitting in with them. Potentially Chelsea. Potentially PSG are also looking at him. Bayern Munich are also looking after him. So there really is, you know, a lot of competition for some of these big players. And right now, Arsenal just aren't in the position to be able to go and challenge him. But it's a great opportunity for Arsenal with Claude Maurice. Let's see what we manage to do over the summer, and hopefully we can manage to bring this player along for that kind of 10-12 mil type of mark. And finally, William Saliba, St Etienne centre-back, currently 18 years old and has had his first season there and has been a fantastic player for them so far. He's actually been compared to the new Van Dijk from what everyone has been saying on Twitter, and he looks like such a find. And where a lot of these comments and rumours linking him to Arsenal have really come about is not only have Arsenal been scouting him all season, which is great. Manchester United have also been taking a look at him as well. You know, they're trying to help with their kind of defensive issues as well. But it was Jose Mourinho who actually was doing a recent interview talking about a lot of players and how certain teams could help improve their squad. Manchester United being one of them and Arsenal being the other. And he was really giving big props up to William Saliba. And my theory on this is that I do think William Saliba is a good player, and I'm sure that he could do something for Arsenal. However, the fact that it's only been now that we've been really properly linked to him tells me the fact that it's probably because of the comments that Jose Mourinho made in regards to the player, why this has really been inflated so much. I mean, just doing my research online, I saw the value of this guy go from as small as 10-12 million to upwards to 25 million already, just because Jose Mourinho said that he's a good solid player, that he's going to have a good career, and just because Arsenal was scouting him and Manchester United, value's just gone up through the roof. And you know what, it's absolutely ridiculous. But you know, we cannot take this kind of lightly. This is a good talented player that we could get. Fantastic resale value. He's had a brilliant first season in his kind of professional career and could be a good option for us to really bring in for Arsenal Football Club. He recently signed an extension earlier on in the year just because St Etienne knew that there was going to be a lot of interest for him at some point in the future, and they probably did the very smart thing. Currently, right now, he's valued at about £3 million. So again, just using the same logic that I had with Claude Maurice, you know, add that kind of 10 mil. So we're looking to about 13 to roughly about 15 million for him, in my opinion, in order to probably get him out of St Etienne. Plus, which is a big factor, is that St Etienne right now need to balance the books. And this is a player that they need to be able to sell in order to kind of generate funds, in order to balance the books out. And again, it's a similar Arsenal type of situation. So that could be seen in a good way in that they need to sell one of their best young prospects. However, it also shows that maybe that there's nothing really there, and this is just an opportunity for them to try to get him off the books, to sell him to kind of the highest bidder. And yeah, just another opportunity to make money. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below in regards to William Saliba linked to Arsenal, as well as Alexis Claude Maurice, the Lorient attacking midfielder, also linked to Arsenal as well. Let's get a kind of discussion going. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.